And so it begins.
Movies.
Before you die!
Movies.
Before you die!
Okay, it's 10:05 in the morning, I'm pretty tired, and I have to review my sixth film from the 1001 movies you must see before you die. And today I am reviewing Pi, which stands for, of course, the mathematical number, not eating apple pie, but instead it's 3.14596. You know, that number. I think that's how it goes. Is it? Yep. And this is directed by an amazing mind behind Requiem for a Dream, The Fountain, and The Wrestler, Darren Aronofsky. Now, all those films are really good films. Even The Fountain's pretty damn good. I will admit that after seeing it, I was still impressed by it, even though it didn't really work in some levels, which probably many people know about. Now, Pi, I will not get into the cast, down to the fact that it's a completely weird cast. It's absolutely nobody's, and the cast name is way too hard to pronounce with braces on. That is impossible to pronounce. I've already tried it, and I'm not going to bother. But it involves around the mathematician Max. Now, Max is trying to work out pi and the configuration and all the numbers, and he's almost there. And one day, while he's trying to also do his job, which is predict Wall Street, I think, he comes across a 216-digit number. A 216-digit number that many people want. Many people like the government want it, and many people like Jewish rabbis even want it. Come on. Jewish rabbis are trying to work out something to do with religion, which I'll not say at the minute because it will ruin the entire movie for you. So what ensues is a brilliantly clever thriller mixed in with David Lynch on speed, mixed in with an element of sci-fi, which only is, you know, lower down on the score partly because it talks down to you. Now, this is from the brilliant mind of Darren Aronofsky. He has directed two of my favourite movies, so that is alone the reason to watch this movie. My favourite movie, I won't announce it yet, but I will tell you eventually. And The Wrestler is also one of my favourite movies, and so is Requiem for a Dream, but you don't know the places yet. Also, it has an extremely interesting premise for a debut feature, which is very hard to get across. Involving just around math and something that's extremely clever. Also, the film is shot in glorious black and white, which really, like in all black and white films, is trying to mostly show that we're all the same, sort of. That's how I always get across on new black and white movies. You know, Good Night and Good Luck, The White Ribbon, stuff like that. They're shot in half the time for that reason, and it has his trademark shots of taking pills half the time, you know, with Requiem for a Dream. We know those shots of the eyes going up, the drugs going in, the pills going in. We know those scenes. My throat's really dry. But the one thing I really like about it is half the time it's Darren Aronofsky's visionary trademark. Also, the storyline is extremely, extremely clever, and is actually even a bit too clever for a debut feature, I think. And if you're looking for something that is basically a very interesting, very intriguing, and a complete headfuck at times of a thriller mixed in with sci-fi elements, if you're looking for that kind of thriller, then Pi will probably be your favourite movie, because it's the most crazy, weird, and interesting thriller I've probably ever witnessed. There are many things in this movie that will make people cringe at times. There are very disturbing scenes involving brains. There are very disturbing scenes involving blood coming off hands, drilling into the head. There are many disturbing scenes in this movie, and I'm surprised it hasn't got the same certificate as Requiem for a Dream, which is actually very surprising over here. But there are a couple of things about it that really kind of don't work. This film is a bit dull at times. I will admit, going through this movie, they always talk about maths. I'm not a genius at maths, I know, I'm pretty poor at it. But even a film involving maths, they have to keep you in the loop half the time, and they sort of talk down to you at times, I think at least. And I think that the plot twist near the end, while it's never predictable, you do not predict the plot twist, even though it's not really building up on a plot twist. It's extremely silly, sort of. it's a very silly plot twist, I think. But I won't say what it is because it will spoil the movie and it'll probably put you off a bit. But overall, this movie very much reminds me of a David Lynch movie mixed with Coke, mixed with Speed, and gives the visionary tales of Darren Aronofsky, which is the main reason why I love this film. It's a directorial debut of epic proportions, because this is a low budget movie with a Hollywood style premise which works really well on those levels of storyline. Even the acting's quite good from Max. He gives a very I can't remember the actor's name and I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but he gives a sort of, well, not a very touching performance, but he plays this madcap weirdo so well and so convincing. And it's a very hard part to play when your head starts to go weird, and the way you're able to put across on the screen going through all these different emotions. And it was a very convincing performance and a very good directorial debut, which just talks down to you way too much, and also has a bit of a silly plot twist. Not extremely, I'll maybe take that away, but it's a silly plot twist by my standards. But overall, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it because I'm a big Aronofsky fan. I'm surprised I haven't seen this. And his new movie Black Swan's coming out this year, which I'm so looking forward to. But overall, 8 out of 10 for Pi. I don't think it's Aronofsky's best film. I think it's probably one of his weaker films after The Fountain. It's his second weakest film. And overall, if you're looking for something that is very weird, very interesting, and if you're looking for something completely new that you thought you would never want to see, watch it, because you'll be pleasantly surprised at how good this film is. So until next time, I will see you later.
Have you ever seen a one-trick pony and feel so happy and free? If you've ever seen a one-trick pony, then